All right, so today we're going to do something a little different.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. We're treating this deep dive like less like analyzing lyrics and more like we're about to dissect a horror movie, you
let's
know?
just say, okay, I like it.
Right. Single Shed Light. This is by Kurt Holes, in case you didn't know.
Okay, yeah.
And let me tell you, this is not your typical, sing along in the car kind of tune.
Mm.
This is like full on goosebumps territory. Like just from the first couple lines, whispers in the walls, shadowed corridors. I mean, come on. That's like straight out of a horror film.
It's setting the scene, right? Like immediately you're put into this world, this dark and mysterious place.
Exactly. And that's what I love about it. It's not just about the music. It's about the feeling, the atmosphere he creates.
Oh, absolutely. And he does it so well. I mean, the sensory details, the whispers, the shadows. He's tapping into something primal, wouldn't you say?
Totally. Like that fear of the unknown, of what's hiding in the dark. It's like he's playing on our deepest fears.
He is. And you know what I find interesting? It's like he's blending those classic Gothic elements, the darkness, the whispers, with this modern sense of anxiety, this paranoia.
Oh, totally. And it's not just the setting either. Listen to this. Footsteps echo loud. Heart is pounding now. I mean, you can practically feel your own heart racing just listening to those words.
Right. He connects the external, those echoing footsteps, with the internal, that pounding heart, in such a powerful way.
And he does it with just a few words.
Exactly. It's economical, but so effective. He doesn't waste a single syllable.
Okay, so we've got the creepy setting, we've got the racing heart, but then there's this constant play between light and darkness.
Mhm.
Like in the line, single shed light in the dead of night. What's he getting at there?
I think it speaks to that universal human need for hope, for something to cling to in the face of fear. That single shed light, it's like a beacon, a symbol of safety and knowledge in a world that feels threatening and unknown.
That makes sense. It's like, even in the darkest of times, there's always a glimmer of hope, a way out. And he doesn't let up on those vivid details either. I mean, cold breath on my neck and unseen eyes upon, my breath leaves a scar. Those lines just send chills down my spine.
They're so unsettling, and that's the point, right? He's putting you right there. In that moment of terror, you're being watched, hunted by something you can't see.
Ugh, it's brilliant. And then there's that line, I have to ask you about this one, it's like a puzzle. Silence screams aloud. What does that even mean? How can silence scream?
Right, it's a paradox. But it's such a brilliant way to describe that feeling of unease, that sense of dread that can be even more powerful than any actual sound. Because silence, especially in a situation like this, it suggests that something is lurking, waiting, holding its breath.
It's true. Sometimes no sound is the scariest sound of all.
Eh.
And then to top it all off, there's this repetition, these phrases and lines that keep coming back like a haunting echo.
That's intentional. He's using repetition to mirror that feeling of being trapped, of being unable to escape those terrifying thoughts and feelings. It's like a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Totally. Okay, so big picture here. If you had to pick a movie genre for this song to be the soundtrack to, what do we think?
No question. Psychological thriller all the way. It's got all the elements, the suspense, the psychological torment, the sense of impending doom.
Absolutely. Single Shed Light by Kurt Holes. Not just a song, it's an experience. So next time you listen, don't just hear the words, feel them. Let yourself get pulled into this world of suspense and fear that he's created, because that's what makes this song so captivating, so unforgettable.
I agree. It's a masterpiece of atmosphere and emotion.
Absolutely. And that's a wrap on this deep dive. See you next time.